Time for tonight's rewrite. Bill O'Reilly may have figured out a way to get rid of Bill O'Reilly.
If Barack Obama begins taxing me more than 50%, which is very possible, I don't know how much longer I'm going to do this.
Okay, first of all, Barack Obama doesn't tax anyone. The power to tax resides exclusively with Congress. So O'Reilly is lying, of course, when he says that rates are up to Barack Obama. Now, it's true that the president would like to see O'Reilly pay more taxes. The president would like the top tax bracket, the O'Reilly bracket, increased from 35 to 39.6%. So what O'Reilly should have said is, if the Congress, including the Republican House of Representatives, decides to raise my tax bracket to 39.6%, I don't know how much longer I'm going to do this. But O'Reilly has to lie about everything in that statement in order to make it credible to his audience, whose gullibility he has precisely calculated in the lies that he's loaded into that sentence. He knows his audience doesn't know that tax rates are not up to the president. And he knows his audience doesn't know that no one is proposing an income tax rate of 50%. And he knows his audience doesn't know that Bill O'Reilly very happily started doing the O'Reilly factor and became a multimillionaire when the top tax bracket was 39.6%, the bracket he is so fearful of now. So O'Reilly has actually already proven what he would do if the top tax bracket goes to where it was under President Clinton, 39.6%. O'Reilly would do the O'Reilly factor every night and get richer and richer and richer. Beleaguered taxpayer Bill O'Reilly now makes at least $10 million a year from Fox News. He makes millions more in book royalties, speaking fees, and selling mugs on his website. So O'Reilly's accountants are probably trying to keep track of much, much more than $10 million a year. I don't know, maybe $20 million, $30 million. It's huge. O'Reilly's claim that the factor could be taxed out of existence is based on the Republican article of faith that O'Reilly enunciated this way.
If you tax achievement, some of the achievers are going to pack it in.
This is, of course, not true and has never been true. When our top tax rate was over 90%, the rich got richer and none of the achievers packed it in. And in the Clinton years, when the top tax bracket was 4.5 percentage points higher than it is now, the rich got much richer, including Bill O'Reilly. And none of the achievers, including Bill O'Reilly, packed it in. What O'Reilly was trying to tell his audience last night was that if the federal government allows him to take home only $6.1 million from his Fox News paycheck instead of $6.5 million from his Fox News paycheck, he might just walk and hand the factor over to Bernie Goldberg or Dick Morris. He's telling his audience that $6 million in take-home pay might not be enough for him to go to work. Now, in fact, O'Reilly doesn't actually pay 35% of his income in federal taxes. No one does. Everyone in that bracket, the top tax bracket, has deductions that bring their effective rates to something lower than 35%. So the numbers I'm using here to estimate O'Reilly's take-home pay are very, very conservative. And remember, I'm only talking about his Fox News income, which might be only half of his income. Bill O'Reilly is the highest paid player in cable news, and no matter how much he complains about how unbearable his life would be if his Fox News take-home pay ever dropped closer to the unthinkably low $6 million, I'm afraid you're never going to get rid of Bill O'Reilly with a tax increase.